Hey, hey, it's Poisson late variance. VTheorem differentiates mathematical maestro and LaTeX linguist. Blink, blink. Hi. Hey, King. Hey, Ava. Hey, Kikado. Hey, Calcium. How is everybody doing this morning? I try and fix my freaking YouTube studio on my phone. There we go. How is everybody doing today? Oops. Didn't even mean to switch outfits there. How do I switch back in? Okay, yeah. You're losing there. Doing all right. That's good. I'm sorry to hear that Brazil is losing. Unfortunate. Great, scans went well, but now you have an hour drive ahead of you. Aw, I'm sorry. Drives, no fun. No fun at all. Unless you like driving, but by the sound of it, you probably don't. You just drew, so you'll be back when you're losing again? Okay, I look forward to it. I guess. I hope not. I got you with the Yo Mama joke. Yeah, did you see guys? Did you see today's short? Did you guys see YouTube the YouTube short today? As long as I got someone, that makes my day. Some fun news. This morning I finally got around to setting up. Okay, some are still pending approval, I guess. I was trying to set up emotes, but not all of the emotes are currently available. But yeah, we'll figure that one out later. For some reason it has to go through approval. I don't know what could be pending approval. It's just like the little emote of Poisson drawing, of me drawing, so, or writing. So I have no idea. But anyways, yeah. So Twitch emotes and point redeems. Point redeems should now be somewhat of a thing. I added just like the basic ones: hydrate, posture check, stretching. And then also an example problem. I was going to add the throwables this morning, but then I learned that the throwable system requires me to pay like $18. So I'm not going to do that right now. Don't make any uninformed financial decisions. Remember that. Always talk to your accountant first, that everyone has. So we get a coffee emote. What about an energy drink emote? How does that sound? I did have coffee this morning. I do kind of wish I had a monster, though. I'll be real, I will always prefer the energy drinks over the coffee. I don't know why. Just my preference. But today is going to be a very chill day. Today is going to be a very studious day. A day full of studying. Oh, fun fact though. There's some fun news on my end. I don't know if anyone here watches wrestling. I freaking love wrestling. Jay White finally returned, and as let's see if my prediction holds true. I've been predicting on Twitter for like the past 6 months, for longer than that maybe. No, yeah, because it was before I had my new model. So like the past like 8 months or something, that Jay White and Fillion, no, because Fillion's only been gone for 4 months. Okay, so it's the past 4 months that Jay White and Fillion would return at the same time. I was like, how long has Jay White been? So I guess it wasn't after my new model. I have to tweet that. Hold on a minute. And it's my very The rest is on you, and the billion is lost. Anyways, use a fish. Use a fish. Yeah. Oh, and I tried to set up for a subscriber emote, but again, there's this thing where it's like, your Twitch emotes are under review. I'm like, why are they under review? What is there to even review? I guess technically if it's like NSFW, but it's like pending approval. Why is that pending approval? I don't understand. I got rid of the LOL emote because that's the one that it just gives you by default. But yeah, apparently the pout emote could go through without issue, but the study emote and the fish emote are we got to be careful about those. Risky. We don't know what those could actually be. I don't know. But yeah, today is going to be a pretty chill day. Today is about reviewing some vector calculus in preparation of my complex vector calculus. On my own, I'd been going over... Oops, I saw something. On my own, I'd been going over some of the basics. I've been going over just, basic components of acceleration, torsion, tangent, normal vectors. But I figured it's time to shift over to, say, directional derivatives and whatnot. Because who doesn't love some directional derivatives? Magnitude and direction. So I've seen that one. Funny enough, I think I've also seen... I haven't seen Despicable Me 2 or 3, but or maybe 4, I don't know how many there are. But I think I've seen the Minions movie, and I have no memory of it, but I'm pretty sure I saw it. Right, because that was because I remember someone pointing out the fact that they get frozen, like they're like working for like a T-Rex in the past, and then they get frozen to circumvent the fact that they definitely would have been on the wrong side of any world wars. I don't know if that's why they do that, but I feel like that is a reasonable reason to freeze them, to circumvent that conversation. Can I, I mean, probably. My friend wants to play Final Fantasy XIV by binding their keys to their piano. That's kind of based. That's not what I meant to do. So now we are going to... I don't want to do this. Oh, I don't exist. Ah! Okay, there I exist now. I am going to be your peaceful study background noise. Hopefully the music's not too loud. I think what we'll do is... How do I want to do this? What I could do is have two windows side by side. One is like a note taking, and then one is a... I'll put like one there, one there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we're actually gonna move this over here. And then we're gonna 300 100%. Back up a little bit. Perfect. And then we'll create another window that has... I think it's called game... Actually, cancel. I think game capture can cover it. Ha. Oof. Okay, I don't want that quite like that. Unless that works for you guys. Just having the little notes up in the corner. Which in that case... What if I just... Yeah. Do that full screen. 99% of this job is troubleshooting. Don't tell anyone though. And I'll move that. Nope. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So today, we'll just be hanging out and studying quietly. I chat about nothing. Partial derivatives. On a hot day, extreme humidity makes us think temperature is higher than it really is, whereas in dry air, we perceive the temperature to be lower than the thermometer indicates. The National Weather Service has divided the heat index, also called the temp humidity index or humidex in some areas, countries, to describe the combined effects of temperature and humidity. The heat index I is the perceived air temperature when the actual temperature is T and the relative humidity is H. So I is a function of T and H, and we can write I equals F of T and H. The following table of values and is excerpt from a table compiled by the National Weather Service. I've never understood humidity, so I'm actually glad they included that, because I am stupid. I am also going to be eating a pistachio, like... What is it called? A pistachio something. Little dessert. I don't know the details. I just eat them. But this is a good way to interpret it. Your actual temperature versus your humidity, and then you can compile, and then your function can find it with relation to variables. It's actually a really simple way to understand functions in R2. Just make a table like this. Now add a third dimension. If you concentrate on the highlighted column, which corresponds to a relative humidity. Okay, so this is just explaining how the basics of partial derivatives work, which I am very familiar with, so I'm not gonna really go over that. But I am gonna take a bite of this tasty pastry. Oh boy. That's a tasty pastry. Hi, Tommy. Welcome. I know. Partial derivatives. I guess some notation. My mouth is full of something. It's the morning. Y'all need to turn down your freak. It's the morning. Y'all need to relax your freak just a little bit. I hope you're doing well though, Kami. Let's write down the official definitions, because it's always good to have the actual definition to refer to when doing these sorts of analysis. Early morning ASMR. I really hope that wasn't ASMR-y, but I'm sorry if it was. My sincerest apology if it was. I have no plans to ever do an ASMR stream, but if it inadvertently happens, my humblest apologies. I'm still coping with the fact that I am now in the same group. I was talking about the bird chirping and the music BGM. Oh, okay, then never mind, that's fine. Just background noise. Hydrate. Oh, thank you for the hydrate redeem. And the stretch redeem. Stretch. In posture check. Thank you for the posture check. Yes. My voice is really great though too. Wait, thank you. I think I would do great ASMR. I have the lower energy voice right now. The way I sit, I notice, determines how easily I fall asleep while doing stuff. And I've noticed that if I, move occasionally, do a posture check, and then, also, what's the other word? Like, sit on, like, normally I'm sitting, like, on top of my legs, but if I, like, sit on the side of my legs, then I stay awake easier. Scoot these all a bit closer so I can fit in the last little notation. Makes me low-key think I have narcolepsy. Is that the word? Narcolepsy? When you, like, fall asleep super easy. I've never fallen asleep while driving. That's never been a problem. This live, congrats on joining VTheorem. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I'm very, very excited. Like I said, I'm still trying to mentally handle the fact that I'm in the same group as one of my favorite VTubers. And I have been resisting the urge to blow them up with math talk. So I will continue to resist that urge for now, and they will remain unawares of the fact that they're one of my favorite VTubers. So nobody tell them. That would be embarrassing. Is it Aleph? Unfortunately, no. He is a good friend, and he is not in VTheorem. Make sure to let him know. Why, thank you. That's so kind of you. Yeah, he might get mildly offended if you say he's one of my favorite VTheorem. Miss the VTheorem part. Oh yeah. It was specifically being in the same group as them, as this person. And I guess we should make the assumption that z equals f of xy. A little note taking there. No, I do love Aleph though. I do love Mew, my Mewbert boy. Narcolepsy and irritable syndrome, other things are people in adulthood. Oh, yeah, those things like get in the way of your like day-to-day life. Just awful. Yeah, no, I haven't crashed any car because I've fallen asleep, and I haven't even actually crashed a car ever. I've never fallen asleep behind the wheel. I just need to get better sleep, to be honest, because it's not even like really a narcolepsy thing. It's a mix of insomnia and just like poor sleep thing. Alright. Even if they're easy, let's do an example or two. Never hurts to refresh things you already know. Let's see. F of xy. X cubed. Let's actually do the sine one, that one's more fun. You used to have insomnia in your childhood and teenage years, somehow cured it by magnesium tablets, exercising. Yeah, I need to get more exercise. Hey Shiro, welcome. How are you doing today? I need to get more exercise because that'll definitely help with my insomnia. I don't get enough. I haven't gone to the gym in forever. I used to go, so before I had my own car, I used to go like twice a week with my dad, or once or twice a week. But now we don't carpool any because we were carpool, but now we don't carpool, so. How goes the stream? We're just getting started. It's just gonna be a chill day of studying. I figure just hanging out with you guys and studying would be nice. I haven't actually done one of these streams in forever. Hi, toothpaste head. Hi, Doc. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Hope your day's doing well. Alright, let's calculate some derivatives. Some partial derivatives, and we're gonna use different notation every time we do it. Alright, v of x. Chain rule, take the derivative of the inside, 1 over 1 plus y. Times cosine of x over 1 plus y. d of y, of f. You go to sleep now, have a good stream. Ah, okay. Have a good night, Shiro. I'm glad you could stop by regardless. Okay, I'm not sure what that was. Keep that one. Gotta make sure that the little notepad pad in the corner actually stays functioning. Alright, 1 over 1 plus y. Let's see. Sorry. X over 1 plus y. To derive with respect to that. We're gonna do, why am I blanking? Oh, that's a... I was like, isn't that a known one? No, it's just a chain rule. I'm stupid. Or not chain rule, what's the word I'm looking for? No, yeah, chain rule. X times 1 plus y. Oops, to the negative first. Okay, that gives us negative x over 1 plus y. Good. negative x over 1 plus y squared cosine x over 1 plus y. Ta-da! See, this why good to review basics. That you can move faster on those situations. Interpretation of partials. To give a geometric interpretation of partials, we recall that the equation d equals f of x represents a surface S if f of AB equals C, then the point P, ABC, lies on S, as we see right here. Check something. Okay, good. As we see right here, our point P. Boom, boom, boom. In other words, by fixing y equals b, we are restricting our attention to the curve C, right there, and then the partial derivative would be t. T1 would be right there. So our surface S, we then are just looking at the curve, and then the partial would be the tangent to just that curve along that dimension. Same thing for the other. T2 would be the tangent line in respect to this curve in respect to this dimension. I will now supplement this knowledge with another chomp. Good chomp. F of x equals 4 minus x squared minus y, 2y squared. Find f of x. Find the x partial. Sorry. Find d of x. F. Derivative with respect to x at 1, 1, and derivative with respect to y of 1, 1, and interpret the numbers as slopes. Okie dokie. That is not what I meant to do. What the heck is it does? Yep. Sorry about that. And VTube Studio just closed on my phone. I noticed I've done that a few times. For no reason. Did that the other day too. Like, oh, just gonna close for no reason. Hey Apu, welcome! We're reviewing directional derivative or partial derivatives right now, and then that'll segue into directional derivatives. Just a nice chill using a Unix system. I'm using the Windows 10, and then we have to find f partial f and the partial y both with respect to the point 1, 1. Is Windows 10 Unix system? That'll answer your question. Would it be called VTube Studio if it didn't do that? Yeah, if it didn't just like randomly crash, randomly scuff. Couldn't be VTube Studio any other way. 4, so minus 2x. And that whole term gets deleted, and that whole term gets deleted. Oh my god. triple, quadruple hydrate. The folder icon was a bit different from Windows, but I don't... Oh, no. This, what you see around me. Okay, I hydrated. I hydrated. Hydrated. Alright, that's 6. No, but what we see around us here is just my stream overlay. People often think it's... The reason why I stick to Windows all OS from Mac to Linux just suck at some reason for some stuff. I haven't really experimented enough. Leave some water. No, the water's all mine. That becomes -4 y. So then 1 is equal to -2. 1 is equal to -4. And these are the slopes of the tangent lines at that point with respect to that certain curve. Windows sucks a bit at all fronts, but it gets the job done. Yeah, I haven't really found a better OS, really. If I were to find one, would I use it? Maybe. Why am I getting tagged in so much stuff? Hold on, I'm double checking. Okay, that's just the... Okay, announcement then. So, this is actually just worth mentioning. On Wednesday, Z is starting a diabetes direct relief. So Z and Friends Direct Relief Diabetes Care Donathon. That starts on Wednesday. We will be it'll be doing a number of different streamers, each streaming a different day, and we will all be raising money for diabetes. We'll be raising money for diabetes care relief. So yeah, the first day is gonna be 11 a.m. on Wednesday, Pacific, and then on Thursday I'll be doing a stream, to where I'll be solving 100 calculus problems. I'll be doing 100 calculus problems. And hopefully getting a few dollars in donations towards this diabetes care relief. I'll repost that after this. But yeah, it should be fun. We do have some fun little rewards and goals if you do donate with fun little milestones. I'll touch on more on that tomorrow and Wednesday. I'll repost it. But yeah, so if you're interested on Wednesday, please stop by Z stream. On Thursday, please stop by stream, and please give if you can give. But yeah, anyways, that's then. But as for now, back to our little visual. So yeah, this is a good visual representation of what the directional derivative, or not the directional, the partial derivative is. Again, this is our curve, or this is our whole surface. This is our curve with respect to y equals 1, the entirety of that. Then this is our tangent line with respect to that. Same thing here. our curve. We keep our it turned into an ara. Our plane for the entirety of x equals 1, and then the tangent with respect to that. Oh, this is fun. We define the BMI of a person as b as the function b with respect to the variables m and h. That's going to equal m over h squared. This is how you calculate your body mass index mathematically, I guess. So, calculate our partial derivatives and then interpret them. And I think I know what it's going to be. So, first, let's do b of m is going to equal, well, just 1 over h squared. And then b of h is going to equal negative 2 m over h to the third. And then, if we go ahead and plug in some values, the point 64, 1.68, 1 over 1.68 squared, which comes out to, calculator, save me so I don't have to do this. One over 2.8224. Then, which I don't actually know what that, what is that as like an actual 1 divided by 2.8224 is about 0.35. And that would be mass squared. Wait, what? Whatever m would be. What does m represent in BMI? I'd assume, yeah, body mass index, but in this case, what does h represent? Oh, mass with respect to height. So mass is 64 kilograms. But then we divide that out, so there's not actually any kilograms. Is this undergrad math? Yeah, it's a bit of reviewing for basic vector calc. And then we'll segue into some higher stuff if we go long enough. Welcome back, Kikado. In the last minute, you made a goal. Now you're back. Oh, did the game finish? I take it that that went well. Kilograms per meter squared. And then you divide out the kilograms, which would just give us meters squared. 1 over meter squared? Which feels weird, but I guess that makes sense, because that's where the height would be. Don't like it. So you went, hey! 5 seconds to the finish. That's awesome. Congrats to Brazil for winning over Japan, right? That's who they won over, right? Yeah? Okay. What's my story? Well, it starts as most stories do. With lots of internal bleeding and a super kick against a turkey. Um, Eccles is from Brazil? Yeah, he is. Oh, regarding math? So it all started when I when I was a small child and I really liked math. No, I'm a math grad student. I'm an applied math grad student. And since I have nothing going on in the summer, I'm studying and then I'm sleepy. And then one of my classes in the fall is complex vector calc, and I was like, yeah, let's review the basics of vector calc then. If you want me to truly go through all of the in-depth of my story, it is a long and arduous tragedy. You'd be very sad if you're Japanese, but you're not, so it's fine, so let's do math. Yeah, it's a long and beautiful tale, full of love and loss, and what's applied math for you? It's rather your exam board. It was stats and mechanical engineering. So in a weird way, it's kind of a jack of all trades, because you do touch on different stuff. You do a little bit of physics. Do like differential equations. Mine in particular has a focus on computer science, so it's computational. So I've taken a lot of comp sci, but it can kind of fit into whatever you need it to fit into. Like for me, I've used it for what's it called? Image processing, and like specifically in regards to cancer research and cancer imaging. So it has lots of different uses. But yeah, and stats is a part of that. How about you? What's your story, Mother Great? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you do have a story related to maths or in general, what's your life story? Hit us with your deepest life thoughts, tragedies, experiences. Please don't, not tragedies. I'm not equipped for that right now. Listen, that's actually something to remember. Please, people, streamers are not your therapists. Your therapist should be your therapist. Okay, yeah, I was like, that, right, yeah. Negative 27 point, that's about negative 27 kilograms per meter. A British student who did levels including math, and this year's papers are not fun. You gotta retake all maths? Oh, hey, Megalodon. I like the tiny Poisson's equation. Whilst also doing level further maths in the same year. Ugh, that is rough. I can do better. Hey Megalodon, welcome. Thank you for the very, very pretty fan arts you did. What if your therapist is a streamer? Would he postpone your book sessions for GTA 6? You mean you have a friend that is a therapist and a VTuber? Okay, fair enough. Yeah. You said young Poisson. That's true. Back when I was a tiny Poisson. Didn't fail in any in A-level maths, but you didn't get the grade you needed for an A+. Also known as A5. Ah, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear that. It's rough out here. Look how pretty that is. You'll get it next time. Good. I believe in you. I have full confidence in you. Big thumbs up. Functions with 3 or more variables. Okay, this is all just more. Oh yeah, that reminds me, Kami. I forget, GTA 6 became available for pre-order, right? Like, it became available for pre-order, but have they actually showed anything off for it? Like, have they... Like, I remember they had those, like, trailers, but are they asking people to pre-order without actually showing the game? You need to start putting commitment on yourself and start doing further maths, the content. No, yeah, committing yourself to studying is not easy. Especially if you're, like, in a comfy environment. Like, I find studying at home very difficult, and the reason why I'm... Like, that's actually why studying on stream is really nice for me. Because it puts a level of pressure on me to work, because, you know, the whole world is watching of a few people. You guys can sit and judge me if I stop studying. You and a couple of friends just bought PS5 with pooled money in a separate apartment to play games after work, so it was commitment, but we had an apartment free. We're not friends. For friends, one of our other friends, so why not? That's nice. I like pooling that money so you guys can all do it. If I'm American, I'm assuming that's the case. That's fair, because I am. What was AB like, Calc, if you did it? What topics were covered? I'm pretty sure in AB Calc they cover kind of like derivatives, antiderivatives, and I want to say introduction to integrals, and then I think or maybe all of integrals, and then Calc BC would probably be pushing into... I don't actually know, because so Calc AB, that's one where you do like in high school, right? But I didn't take it in high school. Instead, I took it at a community college while I was in high school. So for me, it was referred to as Calc 1, Calc 2. So that might be it. I don't know entirely the relations, but I think it's mainly derivatives, integrals, because my Calc 3 was covering vectors, like cross products, dot products, parametric equations, and then series and sequences. You have the vibe of wanting to study when everyone is studying now. You don't study maths, but you study art. Hey, studying is studying. Exactly. It's a good idea to study, regardless. If you have something you can review, review it. If you have something you can study, study. If you have something you can practice, practice. That is until somebody starts talking about something that's like makes me want to do something else, and then I get distracted. But I can't let that happen. I have to not let that happen. It's different for me when it's art. You draw a lot when you're in your home. That's true. That's true. It's rough if you're practicing your pastime. Because that's one of the reasons I don't really stream games. Is because if I turned So like this isn't a job, but I'm gonna use that phrase. For me, it's just a hobby that I stream. But if I use the phrase job, it gets the point across better. If you turn how you relax into some sort of work, then it becomes a level of stressful even when you're trying to relax, which is not fun. So actually kind of fun because it all turns into this kind of, oh yeah, well, that becomes a constant. The f of y your space isn't really the best to practice in, so you don't have a desk in your room. Yeah, so waiting for it to arrive. Oh, that is rough. Listen, as somebody who has slept on the floor many times for just being tired, I've also studied on the floor, kicking my legs in the air. You know, kicking your legs behind you, just enjoying life. Don't be afraid to live on the floor. I guess it also depends on, like, in your case, Megalodon, what you're drawing on. I don't know if you're like drawing on like a Cintiq, like something connected to your computer, or if you're drawing on something that's like an iPad. Because I feel like that influences things. Like where you're able to reasonably work, study, etc. Or maybe you have both. And you sometimes draw traditionally. There you go. If you want to discourage a dog from doing something that he's innately inclined to do from his breed, you could try rewarding it so he only does it for a reward. So I guess that you like click clicker training studying. Becoming a clicker trained student, that's something. There you go. You clicker train your study habits. This is where notation can get messy. Do something you enjoy for a job. You are clicker training that passion out of you. Yeah, because eventually, it's interesting. I'm surprised that people like clicker training is interesting. Because I'm like, are you sure you don't build up a resistance to it? It also depends on like how your brain works. Because, for example, my partner can't work the same job for too long if it's like repetitive, because it just gets mind numbing because ADHD. So like, I don't know how people can stream for you know 10 hours or something, because I'm like, don't you just, especially if it's like the same game, don't you just get bored? Don't you just like get distracted, want to do other stuff? The answer is neurodivergence. I mean, honestly, what topic do I find the most difficult? Maths. So the easy answer to that is stats. But stats I don't really consider. I consider it's its own field, and so the reason it would be most difficult, quote unquote, is because it covers its own set of topics, terminology, and behaviors that use mathematical principles and math terminology as well. So it's not entirely math, it's largely its own thing. But besides that, because that's kind of the easy answer, I would say the one I found the one that's most time consuming is differential equations. Because differential equations has this issue where, because, you know, you'll derive something and that feeds down into 8 different levels of things. So if you make a mistake early on, it really, really shoots you in the foot later, very easily. Alternatively, voice crack. Alternatively, there's also stuff like optimization, which you kind of have to do through programming, because trying to do optimization by hand, like linear optimization and non-linear optimization, which is its own beast, is very difficult, and really also kind of feeds into its own set of degree field in what's the word, civil engineering. Yeah, it's kind of its own beast entirely in that regard. So I wouldn't say there's I don't have a definite answer. It depends on what I'm working with, or like how I'm working. I would say in terms of just understanding things from prior knowledge, stats, haha, prior knowledge, stats pun. I'm so funny even when I don't even try to be funny to a very small crowd of people. So without prior knowledge, or with limited prior knowledge, or with purely math-based prior knowledge, stats. In terms of doing homework, derivative or differential equations. And then, depending on where you are, if you're new to proofwriting, then analysis. If you haven't touched on proofwriting much, then analysis can be an incredibly difficult course. Because analysis is basically entirely proofs, where you redefine basically all of maths in new ways. That's real analysis, geometric analysis, depending on what you're working with. So you're redefining things you already know in new ways, and now you have to prove it with a lot of assumptions, but also no assumptions. So like the double up of, like, say, analysis into linear algebra can be a really toughie, because you have to, again, like linear algebra, you have to rethink of how you understand things. It recontextualizes the entirety of math in the form of vectors and matrices. Analysis recontextualizes the entirety of math in proofs and axioms. And then abstract algebra recontextualizes algebraic principles in a completely abstract form, which is really hard to apply, in my experience, or like visualize. So it's, I would say, not an easy answer, and it really comes down to, you know, you personally. Obviously, it was a subjective question, but some crazy stuff. It gets out of hand very fast. Numerical analysis is one that I don't think is that hard. Is that what mathematicians call abstract nonsense? Well, it makes sense. But yes, it is. Yes. Adjusted my chair. I was sitting on my ankle. Now it's sore. Ugh. Is numerical analysis the same as numerical methods? Like NR method? I've only taken one numerical analysis course that I absolutely loved. Yeah, similar as... Let me think. 1 minute. Unless I'm conflating things, which is not unheard of for me. Newton's method. Yes, exactly. I was like, NR, yeah, Newton's method. Yes. It is in the same vein. But again, you know, very, very computational. So actually, fun fact. You draw some more. See ya. Have a good day, Megalodon. Thanks for stopping by. Fun fact, actually. So when you're doing the terminology or the notation for higher level derivatives like we have here, they say 1, 2, you know, or 1, 1. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. This sort of thing, that is explicitly meant to be in matrix notation because part of the way you end up taking derivatives, so one of the way you end up taking derivatives or recontextualizing derivatives in analysis is in matrix notation through the lens of linear algebra. Can you guys tell I like math? I get really into it and exciting, even when I'm tired. Into it and excited. This music is so ominous. It feels like Fallout, New Vegas. What about category theory? Category theory is interesting. Category theory is another way where sort of like analysis where it helps recontextualize a lot of stuff. I don't know a whole lot about it either. But the little bits I've read, I enjoy. If you want a good book as like an introduction to category theory, The Joy of Abstraction by Eugenia Chang, I think it is very fun. She has a very, very good way of explaining things, and especially with a combination of real-world examples, and social issues. If that makes you uncomfortable, that's fair. But she uses a lot of social examples and whatnot in how she describes, or how she uses category theory to describe or like contextualize things or to understand things. Concepts, that's what it is. It helps understand concepts through social lenses, which I think is a very cool way to do stuff. And a very interesting way to do stuff, and a very unique way to do stuff, because there's often an assumption that STEM and social issues have no connection, when in reality, they very much do. It's just, STEM is often seen as, oh, it's just this blank learning canvas, so we can't use it to understand anything socially. But we can apply those concepts actually very frequently to the way we think and the way we act. I mean, look at anything in stats. Stats can very easily map out the behaviors of people and find trends. That doesn't mean that people aren't individuals and that people don't, you know, have their own things, but we as a society, we as a group of people tend to follow certain trends based off of other trends. You only know a little about it from functional programming. Yeah, I haven't had counted it in programming, but mostly monads. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, that is a very analytical way to do it, is you can... Category theory is great in that regard. There's my attempt at a shape. What am I... I'm trying to, like... There's, like, a specific shape I'm trying to draw. That, like, a diamond, but I'm bad at drawing. This is my diamond. Perfect. Yeah. Category theory is a really good, useful application in, again, like, programming. It's a great way to see it. Again, Joy of Abstraction. I highly recommend it. Poisson, I will watch this stream alongside Valorant. Playing Valorant, please forgive you. Oh, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can forgive you for playing Valorant. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I can forgive that. It's that's a tough one to forgive. Nah, play whatever you want. I don't care. People play what they like to play, and everyone needs... I actually don't have one. I need one. I need a brain rot game. Instead of brain rot games, I've been like replaying old games. The other day I started a character again for the first time in years on Dark Souls 3, beat every boss, and then I was like, okay, I'm done, and then uninstalled it. I had a game on the, what is it? I think I'm on the 360, the Xbox 360, called like Singularity, that was on Steam summer sale for like $7 or something. So I picked it up, beat it in 5 hours because I was watching the wrestling pay-per-view and then uninstalled it. I need a brain rot or like a no brain game to play. I've thought about reinstalling Overwatch, but I can't do that to myself. You just uninstalled Valorant, getting railed in the Valorant's deleted, that's all. That's fair. Yeah, do you have any does anyone have any suggestions for video games that are just kind of nothing? Like just kind of, where am I clicking? Just kind of fill time for downtime that require little to no thought. The ones I won't play are League of Legends. I haven't played that since 2015, and I have no intention of ever returning to it. Minecraft? Oh, Minecraft could be good. My problem with Minecraft is that I hit this point where I'm like, what do I do? I can play Minecraft with people. I just run into an issue where I'm not very creative, and so I like don't know what to do in Minecraft. I always just dig a hole. The first and only thing I do is dig a really big hole when playing Minecraft. The masculine urge to dig a hole. I'm actually gonna lower my desk a bit more. Actually much better. Mathematicians yearn for the mines. I mean, as a mathematician, I yearned for the mines, yeah. That's just the problem with that. I don't have really a single creative bone in my body. And so, like, that's not true. I think I can get creative when it comes to proofs. I can use my tools, but not when it comes to actually like making visual arts. Just be more creative. Oh, you're right, Tyler. You're right. I'm sorry. You love the game. I mean, that's fair. It is a fun game. I'm not... Yeah, I don't know how to say what I haven't already said. Line. I've considered like maybe just filling the time with like an RPG. The thing about those though is that they require you to pay attention, and if I'm doing something mind-numbing, I don't want to pay attention. I want to play the game and have something mind-numbing also watching in the background. You don't know anything about drawing that doesn't stop you? I mean, same, honestly. I can replicate. I'm I'm kind of AI generated in that way. No, I can like look at pictures and I can like try and replicate them, but like actually like creating something from scratch is really hard for my brain. Like one of those tricks where you like have to visualize an apple. I have a really hard time doing that. You never understood the charm of Minecraft, only watch streamers doing it for the filling stream slots and went along with it. Balatro and other roguelikes coming in. Oh, roguelike would be good. Something that's that it like doesn't matter if I die, or like just die, reset. That's not bad. Slay the Spire. I've never actually seen anything on Slay the Spire. I have no idea what it's about. You can barely manage to replicate from references. Yeah, I have a really hard time too. I've spent a lot of time trying to learn to draw. I want cookie clicker. No, because there's no actual... I don't know how to describe it. But no, not a clicker game. Oh, those are enjoyable in their own way because progression, it stimulates... It does stimulate. Beaver clicker. Alright, Nep. Over here. I see you, Tyler. I see you, Tyler. Every time I open up Steam, Beaver clicker's on the front page and it says, Nepenthes VT recommends this game. I'm like, God damn it. I can't escape it. I'm sure one day I'll be pressured into downloading it. She doesn't try to get me to download it, but it's just like constantly there. Or I'm like feeling secondhand pressure from it. She forced you to get it. Well, she hasn't forced me to get it, so I'm still playing it safe. I'll take what I can get in that regard. Oh, that's what I was like. What? Oh, because I did that wrong again. She's asserting dominance. Please. Yeah, I know. My VTheorem senpai are being too aggressive with their cookie cookie clicker obsessions. Please, 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 Nap, don't make me download Beaver Clicker or Cookie Clicker, Beaver Clicker, whatever clicker game. Six. Time to take another bite of my pistachio dessert thingy. Launch. Did we pair Kami? The only time I ever really played COD PvP was Black Ops 3 in the hardcore free-for-all. Because all you had to do was have an SMG and then just be the first to fire. Fastest on the draw, and then boom. Okay. There's like something stuck in my tooth. Let me hydrate real quick. You're still stuck. Hold on a minute. Does it happen with others that your entire day spent doing good work for others and being a good person just gets thrown out the window 30 minutes in COD or Valorant? I've never really been a rage person in games in general, but specifically in like any PvP games I played. It has not ever been the biggest deal to me. I'm fine with losing. But also I notice I have more fun if I like kind of lock in on it. I like focus on the game without being stuck in my tooth. I should just go floss it out, but I'm like, I don't want to get up. Sorry. Okay. But yeah. I think it helps that my favorite Soul series is my favorite series is Souls, and so wow. Hey Spider. Welcome. How are you doing? My favorite series is Souls games, and so like Soulsborne, so I've been trained for tough situations. Potentially rage baiting. You don't mind losing. Most of the time it's being with toxic people and hearing them being incredibly mean to you that gets you. I get that. That can be really draining. You're back. Welcome back, Calcium. Good. How are you doing? I'm pretty good. I'm just taking this morning to get some studying in. I find that if people are watching me, then I can focus on studying and not get distracted as easily, or if I do get distracted, it generally is rambling about something instead of just like, you know, potentially doom scrolling or something. Which, to be fair, I don't really have anything to doom scroll on. Technically I have Twitter, but I don't really do anything on that. The only thing that like will catch my attention on that is clips from wrestling, but most of the stuff I care about I've already watched. So like action RPGs like Kingdom Hearts, I only ever played Kingdom Hearts once, and I was not a huge fan. Doom scrolling with Poisson clips, hey, don't worry, there's actually a whole do you want to be hired to be my editor? Then you can just VOD scrub. There's nothing to clip. I don't do anything meme worthy. Used to doom scroll till you took a Deltarune spoiler to the me. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's another reason. Well, that's also one of the reasons I've actually come to be fine with spoilers in most situations. The only thing I don't want spoilers for is if I like really want to play or watch something, but that's seldom. The 6 hydrates is kind of clip worthy. You understand you have some stomach for fanfic and anime BS? What? You still doom scroll? No! Please no. Some stomach for fanfic and anime BS. I mean, wait, no, elaborate. Actually, I'm curious what that means. Quit scrolling and start poi maxing? Absolutely. Now, the VTheorem debut was really funny, especially when I die in the middle of it. That was a very fun debut. I didn't expect everything to fall apart. I know comedic timing at its finest. It was hilarious. The fact that it was like about me like trying to take over, and I was like, I'm gonna take over VTheorem, and then just you just hear the in the distance. Posture check. Oh, thank you. Actually, yeah, I've been starting to shrimp. Posture check is the same as a stretch check. I don't know why I have them as two different redeems. If I posture check, I'll probably get a good stretch in. The fanfic BS is the whole anime pretty boy journey together with Donald Goofy into various Disney movies premise. I never really saw a bunch of Disney movies as a kid, or if I did, I don't remember them. Like, if you list off Disney movies, I'm sure there are ones I've seen. Like, I feel like there's a lot I've probably seen. Stretches for me to do hardcore yoga for 2 minutes. Okay, deal. If anyone redeems stretch, I'll immediately start just like... I'll get up and start... Okay, Tyler. Let's write this. Okay. Stretch to one side, stretch to the other. At one time, I was flexible enough to like hit the like Jacko pose. I try doing that right now. Nope. Ow. Nope. Nope. Use some toe touching, dead hangs, and pull ups to get going every now and then. That's really smart. I should do that, honestly. I need to stretch more. Doing morning stretches to be able to do the splits and the jacobos. Dang. I've never been able to do the splits. I remember once I was... What was I doing? I was standing with my partner on her driveway, and we were talking, and without even thinking, I was just like on my phone, and my legs were like slowly just kind of like sliding apart, and then I just like, because I'm weird, I ended up just like resting on my forearms on the ground, and then realized I was doing the Jacko pose, and I was like, huh? Like I just passively slipped into it. I know, I really want to be able to do it again. I used to be able to. I used to be so much more flexible. I haven't gone to the gym recently. I haven't been stretching as much. Math stream in a Jacko pose would do number. When your idol poses the Jacko pose, it literally was. There you go. Math stream in tight. There's motivation to stretch more. That'd be really funny. That would be really, really funny. purely, like, there's nothing lewd about it. It's purely say-so. It's really funny to just the whole time. Yeah, I mean, it's actually kind of a not uncomfortable pose. Like, it is good stretch, and like the only thing is if you like stay on it, you can like kind of hurt your elbows or like arms a bit, but or like in my experience they can get a bit sore, but just search up taco pose. It's interesting. She's a super fun character to play. Guilty Gear is awesome. Probably the best fighting game in my opinion. Brisket, do it for Brisket. Brisket, she is awesome. She's super fun to play. Her yo-yo tech. I'm not super good at it. The character I'm the best at is Ramlethal. What they want me to do? XXYZ. Budget. You just said budget. Does that mean that you watch Yuko EX? Calcium? Only characters you know are Budget and the guy who popped out from an high fall. There's a lot of... Guilty Gear is something else. It's a beautiful, beautiful mess. You've been clocked hard. No one calls her Budget except for Yuko. You've never been able to get into fighting games because you tend to button mash. I mean, if that's how you have fun, no, you know, more power to you. That's what I think is most important, is to have fun when playing. Will button mashing win you matches? Not really, but... Oh, the emotes finally registered. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, I set up the emotes and they were pending as under review, and I wasn't sure why, but now they, if they're working, they're working. Who's the one with the bunny? Oh, wait, do you mean like the one who has wait. You have to be more specific. So there's Elfet, who has like kind of bunny ear sort of thing going on. No. Ramlethal is a little pet dog. Fighter. The one with the literal bunny that fights with her. Hold on a minute while I look up the Guilty Gear Strive cast while I try and remember. Characters. Who looks a bunny that fights with her in Strive? Alright, I forgot that they put Lucy from, I forgot that they put Lucy from, Edge Runners in there. Venom, Abba, Dizzy, Johnny, Asuka, Bedman, Sin. That fights with a bunny with her? No. Trailer gave me psychic damage as soon as the song started. Oh, that's right, and they just announced Kai too. They never say they announced Robo Kai. Robo Kai, I love. He's so goofy. Bikin is also based. There's Giovanna, who fights with the big wolf. May fights with the dolphin. Does Jam fight with the bunny? Oh, Jam, yeah. Yes, Jam fights with the bunny. You're watching Jam. Someone get this man a subscription. Someone get Tyler a subscription, please, so that he can watch without this. Oh wait, so oops. It was deleted. be 3 cosine. Yeah, the one you're thinking of was Jam. I remember her in Rev 2. Also, Spider, I love the giant bunny. It makes me very happy. Oh my god! Mew, you lurking little... Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the gift sub, Mew. Oh my god. This guy. This guy. Since I know you're here, how's camp been? How's camp been in Mewbert? I know we already talk every few days, but pretend we don't. Finger guns. Pretend we don't. No, exclamation point Mew is the one. There you go. I have a feeling you might even... Are you on break right now? He's still in chat. I know he's lurking. He's pretending he's not here. Happy late birthday, by the way. You didn't see him coming or going. He's sneaky like that. That's Alberto Mewbert for you. Oh, now that we have to respect with z, so we have to do -9 cosine. But then we have to multiply, so it becomes actually -9y cosine 3x plus yz. I gotta start calling it z, because now I'm friends with z. And then it's a product rule. So plus, or will it really be a minus 9z sine. Oh no, yeah, wait. zy, I think? Yes. The way Nep fixes that Z, the tuber, is I and that Z is Z, that's smart. Right, I remember her talking to me about that. I mean, when writing, sure, but now when, like, saying it out loud. I'm really glad that, Hey guys. You know what this is? Laplace's equation. Because she's Canadian. I'm sorry. I know that's gotta be such a tough disability. Let's write it out. Laplace's. Nobody tell her that I said that. She's my senpai now. She can beat me up. Laplace's equation. Laplace's equation is this. Equals 0. Let her know. No, don't do it, Tyler. Don't tell her. Don't tell Nep that I laughed at her Canadianism. Laplace's equation, by the way, is a subset of Poisson's equation. I was busy using LaTeX that I couldn't yes! Now no one will ever know. No one will ever know. I really hope that people who are subbed can't rewind the VOD. Yeah. And we define our little gradient here. First, let's go ahead and define just regular delta. Nabla squared varf. Yeah, we got ourselves a Laplace's equation. Can I get a Laplace's equation in the chat? The sum of partials. I hate it. The lines make things feel better. Mac. Oops. There's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I'm sorry about that loud noise. Something. There's a Yu-Gi-Oh card called like King of Laplace or something that I learned about the other day because someone on my Twitter. There's someone on my Twitter who likes all of my stuff. I don't know if they've ever seen a stream, but they make me so happy. They like all of my stuff. It's like, and they love Oro Crony from Hololive, and they love math, and just to make that one person who I don't know if they've ever even seen a stream happy, I'm like, one day I would love to be able to collab with Crony. There's a dream. There's a Yu-Gi-Oh archetype for just math called Math. You really? Yu-Gi-Oh! Math. The Yu-Gi-Oh-pedia. Process Slayer. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Each one wields a weapon or is holding it away. Whoa. Geomathmech Final Sigma. Remathmetech Laplacian. Yes, this is very important, I promise. Oh, this is awesome. It's got the triangle. Oh, and the hilt. That's incredible. All right, yeah. I gotta switch focus back to studying. But that's awesome. I love that. Hydrate. You dozed off. Maybe you shouldn't be working right now. Is it late for you, Kami, or are you just tired? Ugh. You just eepy sleepy. Hold on. Did anyone else see that? Huh. Okay. Never mind then. Didn't happen. It's 1:30 in the morning. Why are you awake? You should be sleeping. You should be sleeping. You should be sleeping. And watching an anime boy on the internet isn't the best excuse to stay up. It's 10 p.m. You can't do it without premeditation. Very important, of course. 10 p.m. gang. 1 p.m. My god, 1 p.m. Exactly. There you go, Calcium. Calcium and I, 1 p.m. gang. Tyler, 1 p.m. gang. I'm also doing finger guns while I'm doing those clicks. Just, yeah. Man, I love Baldur's Gate 3. I'm getting a shower though, you gotta go to work soon? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I showered before stream, because I'm so smart. And that's also why I was late. Because afterwards I was shaving and washing my face. Well, I washed my face in the shower, and then I was shaving afterwards. The logistics don't matter. The point is, unfortunately, no matter how much estrogen I take, I'll never be able to get rid of the facial hair completely unless I get electrolysis. So now I don't even have an excuse to take estrogen. Going into the shower with you, Tyler. I'll stay out here. I'll stay out here, but thank you. Laser hair removal is worth the money. Facial hair sucks. Yes, it does. Oh my god, I hate it so much. Yeah, it really is just like finding the money for it. I know it's not like crazy expensive, but still it's like an expense. So. I'd rather not spend that expense while I don't have the money. If I hadn't had to get so many car repairs, I probably would have gotten it by now. My brother's tattoo artist, though. It's crazy. My brother's tattoo artist is willing to give me the Poisson equations arm tattoo for free. Which I did not expect. He's relatively new tattoo artist, but my brother's like one of his day ones, and so it's kind of insane that he's willing to just give it for free, and so I'm like, absolutely gonna take that. Use single blade razor in the meantime, or add laser hair removal to the throne. Currently, my throne, I changed up my throne. I got rid of the programmer socks. I got rid of the little cat ears beanie because I just had that on there because I didn't know what else I wanted there. What I did do is added 3 different math textbooks that I want physical copies of. Yeah, that's a good idea. Add laser hair removal. That'd be really funny. There you go. I should run a subathon to get laser hair removal. Subathon to get laser hair removal would be hilarious. How did I do that again? Oops. Please give me your money so that I can... Womp, you copied too much. Oh no. Oh, it didn't register properly, do the Laplacian. Tattoos are quite an expensive deal. I know. It's super nice. So he's a bit of a newer guy, so his prices are a bit lower. But even then, he's starting to raise his prices. The fact that I can get it at all for free is nuts. Now to go see the why does facial hair suck, like for guys and girls? For me, it's just like a physically discomfort thing. Spider, beautiful Laplace equation. But yeah, I personally find it really uncomfortable. First off, it makes my face feel hot. Second off, it, like, I can feel the, like, bristles. Ugh, hate it. It makes me, like, physically... Like, having facial hair, having body hair, both make me, like, feel, like, physically... Just... It makes me uncomfortable. I don't know how to describe it. But I don't like it. That much I can't describe. I see. I understand your points of view. I've noticed, though, that when I say I don't like beards, as in I don't like having a beard, or if I say I don't like beards or I don't like having a beard, guys with beards will get offended. Which I find so funny. Like, playing D&D, and like we have webcams on, and I was like, oh, I gotta shave, or like I noticed I was like getting a bit of stubble, and I was like, oh, I just shaved or something. I was like, yeah, I just shaved. I hate facial hair. I hate beards. And all of my friends with facial hair were like, wow, like, dude, what? I can't believe you hate beards. I said it around my dad, and he got irritated. I'm like, you guys are welcome to have beards yourselves, just because I don't want one. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah, I've got a beard. It's not for anybody, though. Exactly. Have it for yourself. Your body, your choice. I think people confuse between feelings of personal being valuable also not being applicable for it. Right, it's your... Like, if you want a beard, have a beard. I don't care. I have no intention of... I'm sorry, I have no intention of kissing the homies goodnight, so I'm not gonna... I'm not gonna have a strong opinion on your existence of a beard. Like, you do you, man. You'd kiss guys with... I never could. Like, it would be so uncomfortable. No kisses goodnight. Exactly. You can't kiss the homies goodnight if they have a beard. Them's the rules. I would say I don't make them, but I absolutely do. I've decided. It's at home. Don't worry, Calcium. I'll kiss you goodnight. You guys are there for each other. I appreciate that you guys are there for each other. Let's look at our wave equation. Woo! Build the wave equation. When do I replay Skyrim again for the 800th time? Actually do it a bit off-center so we know it doesn't have to be center. I love that you're just replicating the equations I make, Spider. very happy. An interactive audience. It's all I've ever wanted. It actually does wonders to just have people here to chat. I'm very happy that I've been adopted by essentially what was largely VTheorem's audience. You would solve problems, so you don't want to do it when the solution's already on screen. Yeah, I've just been not looking at it while I do it. Nice little visual of our wave equation here. I just look at the... I'm good at only looking at like a... Like... If I focus on a specific portion, I can do fine. Okay, I have to show that satisfies the equation. Yo! Hey, Slight! Welcome! How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Should be a cosine. Oops. I hope you're doing well today. Right now it's an ego thing. Principle. It's the matter of the principle. It's the matter of the situation at hand. I refuse to solve something that's already been solved. It's like I had a friend in my cohort in college when I was getting my bachelor's. His solution, you bought a bag of Snicker bars. Awesome. I mean, I don't really care for Snickers, but hey, if you like them, good on you. Finger guns. But whenever we would have a proof, he'd be like, well, you want me to prove it, so it must be true, therefore trivial. It's been proven already. Trivial. I do stuff like that all the time. He would say that to the professor too, and the professor would be like, no. Just no. Use that in exams, please do. I promise. It's definitely a good strategy. A bag of shareable Snickers can be shared with yourself over time. That counts as sharing. Yeah. But here, let's visualize it. I know you can't really see my little notepad in the corner, but let's visualize it real quick. So if this is... Alright, so this is number of Snickers. And this is time. Alright, so if this is the U, or this is U at time T, number of Snickers, X. So if, and yes, we can have fractions of Snickers, so I'll allow this. Because it's kind of an automorphism. Exactly. I like that. Mathematically justifying eating an entire bag of Snickers is awesome. But even if you want to pretend that there's two different people, so it's like you at point A, time A, you at time B, and then time A eats a number of Snickers, time B eats a number of Snickers, it's two different ones. It's fine. It's completely valid. They're two different data points. Therefore, they're different. Just as long as it stays, as long as you graph it with respect to time. Just make sure time is a component, and then it's totally fine. The second time is no longer a component, then you're just eating, 100 Snickers bars on your own, and that's just not healthy. So, don't do that. Oh, oops, I was like, what? Did that backwards. Means that should be return now and am less stinky. Congratulations on being unstunketed, unstinked. That's a squared, so yep. Oops, sorry, I meant... I hope you, I'm proud of you for doing what many people in this world do not do. And shower. There are many gross people in this world. Okay. Hydrate. Posture check. Alright, posture check is the basic stretch. Straighten myself out. Thank you for the hydrate and for the posture check. Have I studied algebraic topology? Not really, no. Since I was computational applied, computational applied, that was more in the realm of pure. And so I never got to cover a lot of it. But let's try a random... These are all just like partial derivative equations. Is there anything fun? Definition 4? Oh. Trying to understand second fundamental groups, how to explore its structure when instead of one-dimensional loops you have two spheres. Might be a bit out of my wheelhouse without looking at it more. Definitely a concept I probably haven't touched on either in a minute or ever. Like the fundamental groups, yes. One-dimensional loops, yes. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't properly posture check. Now I'm setting up straight. Oh, this I like. From 76. So, if... No, 76, not 67. Going to sleep now. Have a great stream. Good night, Kami. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. A1 and xn a squared 1 plus a squared. Interesting. Equals 1. And then we want to show that the Laplacian is equal to u. Okay, this is cool. Everyone, non-homogeneous second-order linear differential equation. Well, hello to you too, Luna. Before I tackle this, launch. Oh no. No, it's getting out of hand. Oh my god, you did 6 and then 7 of them. I love it. I like it when anyone but Mew does it, because Mew only does the one joke. Mew has one joke. Wait, okay, what Skyrim song is this called? Ancient Stones? What's... Unfortunately, as a comp sci major, you're taking ODE's your last pure math course. To be fair, I wouldn't even say it's pure math. He has the spaghetti joke. He has the spaghetti joke. That's right. He showed me that one. So stupid. I love it. Your math journey will continue in applied math. Yay! I love applied math. The spaghetti joke, as I understand it, maybe Tyler can explain a bit better, is he... Basically, Mew is at that math camp, right? And he was posting pictures of his dinner. And I think, like, the first 2 days it was spaghetti, and every day since then he's posted a different food and also claimed it's spaghetti, even though it's been, like, pizza. And I think that's the bit. Ava, you're on a cruise? I've never been on a cruise, and I never want to be on a cruise. They sound just awful, but I hope you're having fun. You'll stream the song on the cruise is too loud. Well, I hope you're having fun. Let me yell that into the microphone. Or you should put on headphones, whichever works easier for you. Can I ask a question? No, but I'll allow you. If a Jacobian is a determinant of a square matrix, a partial derivative function over f summoned field, then what's the determinant mean? I don't choose linear transformation rotation reflection of how to understand it for a Jacobian. Well, determinant, if a Jacobian is determinant of square motion of partial derivatives of a function f, I would understand it as... Actually, let's see if this book just has an easy definition for it. Ta-da! Index! Because oftentimes these books have some great visualizations. But the way I think about it, I'm thinking if a determinant, if a determinant, you know, is that kind of, you know, like shows linear transformations, rotations, flexions, scaling. Well, a Jacobian is showing that for all these partials. So you're kind of doing that for all of these different dimensions. And so you're essentially showing these like instantaneous changes as then modeled as one whole thing. Let's see if we can get a good visual on this. Why I'm not just typing in Jacobian into the search bar, I don't know. Jacob. What do we got? Do we really not have a Jacobian in here? We should. Oh, it might not just register. Thank you, Spider. The next page is very delicious. I agree. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. Okay, we're past it. H, I, J. Ah, there we go. Jacobian of a transformation. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. Let's get a good visualization of this. I don't care about the namesake. Page width. Yeah. Give an approximation of the area. Okay, let's see. So yeah, the place that would get utilized here is, you know, change of variables. Subrule. Hash. Oopsie, inverse. 1-to-1, inverse, yep. That's the boundaries. Yep. You start with a small rectangle, you plane the lower left corner. Is U not V not? No, you don't. You don't what? You don't what, Mubert? Say it. Say it. The image of S is a region R in the XY plane. The equation of the lower side. It. Ooh. Not sure. Partial derivatives can say about rotations in space, but I'm not sure how it works and how they give information about scaling. Well, actually, that's a good way to visualize it. Our figure. Oh, you guys can't see it. Our figure right here. All right. See figure 5 right here. Approximate R by we can approximate R by a parallelogram determined by the vectors, the change in U times the partial with respect to R, or this partial with respect to U, and the partial with respect to V. Right? So we take this cross product, boom, and it gives us the area of our parallelogram, because that's what the determinant kind of does. The determinant gives us the area of, it's as it's called, the signed area of the parallelogram determined by our vectors that were by our vectors, which in this case is the Jacobian. So essentially, your partials give us these tangents with respects to the curve. So, like, we have our surface S here, this blue part. All right. Then we get our tangent line, which is this line on the with respect to U and respect to V, which then we scale by our overall V and U components. So it essentially builds us the shape of the surface. Then we take the determinant, gives us our area of the parallelogram formed by that, and that replicates. And that's how I understand it, is our Jacobian. Oh, I keep accidentally covering the image. As my favorite professor used to say, look at this until you're convinced it is true. Or convince yourself that this is true. Namely, You okay? I'm always okay. I was warping. I had to burp. Oh my god. My friend got their keyboard. They now have their piano keys working as their keys in Final Fantasy XIV. Incredible. It's like how much tangent space is scaled to understand how much hypersurface is scaled. Let me read that out. It's like how much tangent space is scaled to understand how hypersurface is scaled. I would say yes. What about when the determinant is 0? Well, if we're doing that with the Jacobian, wouldn't that mean that our partials, it would mean we would have to have one vector. If that comes out to 0, then we'd have to have no, what's the word I'm looking for? So let's say that's, so this, how am I saying this? So for that to be true, doom scroll time. Math too big. Doom scroll time. Fair. Thank you. So if this is 0, and like this is, so like one of the options is we have a 0 vector. Alright, if you're crossing it with a 0 vector, well then you can't. You can't form a determinant because there's nothing to draw. You're just, your area is just nothing. You've lost a dimension. So I feel like that's in a similar vein. If your determinant 0, then your Jacobian, if your Jacobian is 0, then you don't have an entire dimension's worth of stuff. Again, this is me just trying to reinterpret something that I don't entirely remember. That's how I best understand it. Yeah. I hope that explanation helped. Where was I? What page was this on? The fun stuff. Leave the fun stuff again for a little bit. Was there straight up one called Jacobian? No, there wasn't. Turn to our silly little partial for a little bit. Right, we wanted to prove... Prove problem 76. If negative, then you change the orientation. Right, because you're assigned area. So... Yes. Right, exactly, yeah. The tangent, you can't see my hands. I'm doing it with my hands. But, yeah, the orientation of the tangent vector would be negative. Because then your following parallelogram would be assigned area in the negative direction. Okay, yeah. Yes. These soundsable to me. Let's see. Alright. U is equal to that, then we want to show that that's equal to 1. Such that the sum of these partials... Okay. So U is equal to EA1x plus A to the N, x to the N, to 1. That should be equal to a times a, or oops, e times a1 x1 times like it was up times e to the a sub n x sub n We saw a representation of a determinant as a geometric object with volume that is not associated with any space. Does objects inside the matrix give mean structure for the Jacobian? I think I would need to see a visual of exactly how you're saying it. It's hard from just the words alone. If you're in the Discord, I recommend sending it in the Discord. And then I can comment more on it after stream. I'd happily do that. Full disclosure, I think after this problem here, I'm probably gonna call it 2.5 hours. It's been a good study time. Yeah. And e to the ai xi. Yeah, let me just finish up this problem, and then we will find someone to raid. It was a productive stream. I feel like I just review, and I got to chat, so I felt good. I like these. I like these. These are nice streams, and honestly, unironically, the posture check stuff helps a lot. More examples of matrices like Jacobians. That's a good idea. Look at some more examples to wrap your head around it a bit more, and then start trying to apply those visualization techniques to it. Oh, that's how it is. You should raid this is a cool V2 where you know he does math. Yeah. Guys, I think that might be a bit of a problem. I can try to raid Poisson invariants, but he kind of sucks if you're asking me. Just saying, thrown out there. I'm not a big fan of him. We can consider it though. Who's actually live right now? That's the trick, by the way. So this ace of I has to be less than 1 and greater than 0. Well, so it has to be this. Right, so that's ace of I. Because it sums up to that. Which implies then that the derivative of x of I, right, is then equal to e. So I'm gonna rewrite this as a sub I is equal to something like 1 over b sub I, because we know it's less than 1. Tommy Wiseau has a twit. That's crazy. Oh, does he? Jesus. Chill. All ages stream here. Chill. You guys are funny. Oh, so that is equal to that, which means that that is equal to that. Strictly less than 1, such that, oh, b sub I, is a real number greater than 1. That's what we know. So that becomes right, so then this here, this whole chunk, really, how do I write that like that? This whole chunk implies that our derivative, or a double partial here, is 1 over b sub I squared times e to the a sub I x of I. And since we know, so what happens is we get that when these are all multiplied together, what does this equal? X the I u. We should get, when they're multiplied together, we should get that. I can see it. My head's floating right around the answer here to this proof. 1. Alright, so this gets that the goes sum to 1. Well, if we're taking the gradient of this, right, that's what we're doing. So we're taking, or sorry, not the gradient, the Laplacian. We take the Laplacian of u. That gives us the sum of these terms, which sum to 1. So we get well, no, we get the sum. What do we get? I equals 1 to n 1 over b sub I e to the a I x of I. Oh, that should be squared. And then I want to this cool person on Twitch named Calcium Compadre. Why did I say that with like such a heavy accent, compadre? I don't know. I agree, Tyler. It's cool. I want to mess with that to become 1. That's impacted by I, though. We take the natural log of suicide. No, don't even have a concept of a model, Tyler. I know you gotta get one in for the raid. That's fine right now. Well, it's a bit too late. I will get back to this, because I think what I have to do is the natural log, maybe of both sides, raise it to the natural logs. And then I should be able to just handle the product of this. And then maybe the product. What would that turn into? Natural log. All that. No, that creates a problem though. So maybe not. I don't know. We'll touch on that next time. Or maybe not. You know what? I'll let you know tomorrow in the Hollow Knight stream how that went. Anyways, we are going to find someone to raid. We are going to find someone to raid right now. I'm glad that I'm actually getting into the habit of doing that. All right, where's my raid button? Raid channel. Here we go. All right, who do we got? Who do we got? Anyone I'm following live? Alias, hi, streaming.
Should we raid Zentreya? You think Zentreya will notice me?
Nah, where's my category? Let's do math. Is there any math streams going on right now? Probably not. No, there's not. Focus with me. Who's this? Alright, I have a random person here. Bella Lasai. Housework and administrative day. A YouTube, a Patreon. Co-working, studying. Who is this? Sounds good. Okay. What are our what's our raid message? Our raid message is that an ad? No, that was their music. Our raid message. Study. Oh, welcome back. Studying. Math is the best form of studying. No. What should a raid message be? I need ideas. I'll even turn back on the music for you guys. Words are hard. Switch to numbers. Math is the best form of therapy. There you go. Okay, I like it. Math is the best form of therapy. I like it. Math is the best form of therapy. Perfect. Alright, thank you everyone for watching. I've been Poisson Variance, your mathematical maestro, LaTeX linguist, VTheorem's mathematical maestro, LaTeX linguist, and yours. Thank you all for watching. I will see you tomorrow for Hollow Knight. And bye-bye!